Can-Am Rising StrongStyle is brought to you by Silver Tee Golf Course with heated stalls, covered grass hitting area, short game practice area, and of course 18-hole miniature golf featuring the big pink elephant. It's fun for the whole family. Cartoon Kingdom, from toys to t-shirts, collectibles to mugs, and comics and action figures. Some things you never want to outgrow. The Game MD. Whether it's old or new, we specialize in all consoles. Buy, sell, or trade, we fill your prescription of video game fun. The Stumble Inn. You'll enjoy our 16 beers on tap, delicious daily menu, and fun entertainment. Every day, I'm stumbling.
Welcome to Can-Am Rising StrongStyle. I am your host, the voice of Rising, Steve Sorensen, joined once again by my colleague, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the voice of reason, Jacob Elwood.
The main event voice, doing the main event match. That's why I'm here. That's why you're here, and I can't wait to see this.
He weighs 198 pounds. He is a former ECW champion. He is a former Ring of Honor champion. He is a two-time TNA X-Division champion. A former WWE Light Heavyweight champion. Ladies and
This is our main event of the evening. Jerry Lynn taking on the cyborg Tyson Dux for the BCW Heavyweight Championship. Now, it may seem a little bit odd. There was supposed to be a triple threat match tonight with Border City Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Phil Atlas defending against these two men. Unfortunately, the champion was felled before the event with an injury, unable to compete tonight. Jerry Lynn now defends the title in his stead. If Jerry Lynn wins tonight over Tyson Dux, Border City Wrestling's Heavyweight Championship will stay with Phil Atlas. But if Tyson Dux can get the victory, he will become a three-time BCW champion.
Now, see, I think this is an act of cowardice on Phil Atlas's part. I mean, he has to send Jerry Lynn in there to fight his battles for him. The matches that these two guys have had, and I'm speaking of Tyson Dux and Phil Atlas, have just been incredible. And Tyson Dux has taken a beating, taking a pounding, and he's back for more. Look, Tyson Dux, he'll go to the forest, he'll fight the bear, he'll beat a bear. He'll go to the African safari, he'll fight the king of the jungle, he'll beat the king of the jungle. Phil Atlas, he'll go to the kitchen, he can't even beat a can of tuna, for God's sakes. That's how much more Tyson Dux wants this title than Phil Atlas does, and yet Tyson Dux has to go through a legend like Jerry Lynn to get it tonight.
Well, if you're going to have anyone fight your battle, it's got to be somebody, a legend like Jerry Lynn. This man has been a champion all over the world, ECW, WWE, TNA, everywhere he has went, he has held gold, a former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion as well. And Jerry Lynn, now Jerry Lynn was actually on a retirement tour at this point. This is his final match in Canada. Veteran that he is, taking a veteran in his own right, Tyson Dux, to school here, controlling the action.
That's beautiful. Look at this. That's wrestling for you.
And we see the Emperor Otis Apollo in the corner of textbook Tyson Dux, the cyborg getting himself a little bit of an insurance policy. And Jerry Lynn, once again, a little bit smarter than Dux was giving him credit for, dropping down into a headlock.
Steve, you tell me how this is fair. You tell me how Tyson Dux has to fight for the championship tonight against a former X Division champion, a former WWE light heavyweight champion, a former ECW champion. How does this happen?
This happens because the board of directors makes a couple of good phone calls and brings in a legend like Jerry Lynn for one last match on Canadian soil. Tyson Dux has bragged for years, for over 14 years, that he will take on anyone at any time. It doesn't matter who. So Tyson Dux has no right to complain about a last-minute substitution like this.
You know, I thought I had everybody in my pocket, and I thought the Emperor Otis Apollo had everybody in his pocket. But apparently, Phil Atlas has somebody in his pocket that none of us could get to. And I want to know who it is.
All I know is I think the Emperor's check might have bounced. You can see these two men jockeying for position. This is not necessarily anything where they're trying to get a victory right off the bat, but the two of them are simply just going shot for shot, kind of measuring each other, seeing where each other's weaknesses are. These two have been around long enough to know you don't get a win 30 seconds in against either one of them. And Jerry Lynn giving Dux a bit of his own medicine, going to the hair. It looks like Jerry pulled so hard on Tyson's hair that he put a white streak down the middle of it.
Well, Jerry Lynn has been all over the world, but I think he's underestimating a man like Tyson Dux. Tyson Dux is, and just a one count there. Tyson Dux is a man who is not getting the respect he deserves. This is a man who honestly right now should be on television. This is a man who dominates the indies all over America, all over Canada. This is a guy who should be a champion everywhere he goes. Maybe he doesn't get the respect he deserves, but tonight he's going to teach a legend like Jerry Lynn that kind of respect.
Tyson actually was just meant to go on a tour of Pakistan. They had to cancel the tour because no one was willing to face him. As much as I may not like Tyson Dux, he does get the job done, and he deserves to be respected. And Jerry Lynn not really showing him a lot of respect with that forearm. And Jerry Lynn going back into the Wayback Machine, pulling a springboard drop kick out. I don't think I've seen that from him since 1999.
Well, that is where you get your clothes.
Actually, I shop in the 1986 section. Thank you very much. And now Jerry Lynn giving chase to Tyson Dux. Almost a ring around the rosy here. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, and Apollo grabs the leg. And Tyson had that set up from the get-go.
And very smart planning here by the Emperor and the Cyborg, as now Jerry Lynn is down and just taking a vicious assault from the Cyborg, Tyson Dux.
And you can see there in the background, Phil Atlas, our champion, getting very angry and upset with the referee for allowing this to continue. Tyson almost toying with Jerry Lynn. This does not seem like a brilliant plan on the Cyborg's part. I think he might have his wires crossed if he thinks he can toy with Jerry Lynn and come out the victor.
A vicious strike to the back of the leg now. And right into the turnbuckle goes the head, and now a foot to the face as Tyson Dux is slowly picking the legend Jerry Lynn apart.
I don't know if Tyson's taking Jerry all that serious. I mean, we've all heard from him before talking about how Jerry Lynn, he called him washed up. He called him a legend in his own mind, but nowhere else in the world. And Tyson Dux just does not seem to believe in the myth of Jerry Lynn.
Well, look at Tyson Dux. He's in peak physical condition here. He's in his prime as he goes for a pin, just gets a 2 count here. Jerry Lynn, you know, I like the guy. I really do. But I think it's time to hang the boots up. It's time to call it a career. And Tyson Dux is going to make sure that that happens here tonight, and he walks away with that world title.
Jacob, that's why he's on a retirement tour. This is his last match.
Well, there you go.
And Dux showing no regard for his opponent, just tossing him outside the ring.
Let me ask you, what kind of a man gets in the ring and defends a title that isn't his and doesn't want to actually take that title for himself?
An honorable man, a man who spent decades battling and bleeding across the globe. He's wrestled on 6 continents. He's actually wrestled in the middle of the Arabian Ocean one time.
Well, let me ask you this. What kind of a car did he roll up in today?
Mine. I gave him a ride.
There you go. Tyson Dux rolled in a $50,000 car today, wearing all the gold except for the championship belt, and he looks to right that wrong tonight.
So what you're saying is that it's more important that Tyson rolls up in a $50,000 car than Jerry Lynn, who cares about the environment and doesn't need to waste money. He would actually rather that money was spent on the crew and the people helping this show than wasting money on a car for him.
Money rules the world, and you got to watch out for yourself, as Tyson Dux watches out for himself right now. And notice Apollo.
And now, oh, the Emperor getting in a few licks and the champion chasing him away.
What is this? Oh, he doesn't look too injured here, does he?
Well, as you can see, that cast on his wrist, Phil Atlas suffered a horrific thumb injury. He actually nearly severed the entire thumb off. They're not even sure how much use he's going to have of it for the rest of his life. And Phil Atlas tried to compete tonight. He said he would compete against doctor's orders. He was not going to just sit by idly and let someone else defend his title. He was forced into that position.
Yeah, I think he's got the doctor in his pocket, too.
No.
Oh, I can't defend the title tonight. My wrist hurts a little bit. Oh no. Jerry, will you fight my battle for me?
Betting his wrist doesn't hurt enough that he wouldn't be able to smack you upside the head with that cast if he heard what you were saying. It's amazing how much of these comments you'll make when no one's around. And Jacob is suddenly quiet.
Just watching Tyson Dux just about to win the title here as he's showing Jerry Lynn absolutely no respect.
I tell you, I've said this before, I will say it again. As great as Tyson is, this kind of stuff will always come back to haunt him. As hard as he can strike, as great as his fists are, as great as his feet are, and as horribly painful as those forearms are to take, you cannot let Jerry Lynn get to his feet. Jerry Lynn has more tricks in that bag than Tyson Dux even knows about. So he will pull something out of the woodwork that he has never seen and never expected from Jerry.
And there's the experience. Tyson Dux just put his head down a little too soon there, and the veteran Jerry Lynn capitalizing on that.
Oh, and a rolling poke to the eye.
Now that's just showing off. Come on.
I told you, Jerry Lynn was going to pull things out that you had never seen out of him before. I've never seen that rolling finger poke, but it was fantastic. And here it comes. Jerry Lynn firing back. And a DDT from Lynn. This could end it. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Tyson kicks out.
And just not enough on that DDT as the Emperor looks on.
Well, there's probably a little too much hot air in the head of Tyson Dux for that DDT to put him out.
But look at the wear and tear on Jerry Lynn as he grasps his back. And now Tyson Dux fighting back.
Oh, and a beautiful forearm from Lynn. Quick roll up. This could be a victory roll. No, 2 count only. Jerry Lynn trying again. Dux with the drop toe hold. And right into the turnbuckle. I believe he has angered the cyborg. And now Dux draping Jerry Lynn over the top turnbuckle. This could spell the end for the legend.
And now you're going to see the cyborg, the man in his prime, bury the career of the legend, Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn fighting back. He will not let Tyson Dux end his career. And Jerry Lynn with a quick flipping powerbomb. This is going to end it too. How on earth did Tyson Dux kick out of that? A flipping powerbomb from Jerry Lynn, and Tyson Dux is still able to escape.
He's the cyborg, that's how. Look at this replay.
Look at the snap on that powerbomb from the top turnbuckle, and Tyson Dux still escapes. I may not like him. In fact, I absolutely do not, but I have to respect him getting out of that.
Where does Jerry Lynn pull this stuff out of?
And Dux quickly cutting him off. Oh, and a kick to the face. Dux driving the turnbuckle right into the teeth of Jerry Lynn.
Let's hope.
And now climbing to the top. Big mistake by Tyson Dux. This is not his place. And now Jerry Lynn. It could be a Frankensteiner from Jerry Lynn.
Impressive.
Running dropkick. Dux now in trouble. And Dux cuts him off with a belly-to-back suplex.
Look how quick the cyborg recovers from the onslaught of the legend Jerry Lynn. This is where youth takes over from experience.
Jerry Lynn, as we see on the replay, that Frankensteiner, I cannot believe the height he got. It's almost like Jerry Lynn recapturing his youth. This is shades of 1997 in ECW.
Mr. JL. Oh, that's WCW, but close enough.
And a double clothesline, both men down. These two have taken it out of each other. Tyson Dux, you can see here, this snap belly-to-back suplex, dropping Jerry Lynn directly on the back of his head. I'm surprised Lynn's able to even get up at this point. You can see the champion just in awe of the punishment these two have dished out on each other.
It's all on the line for Phil Atlas tonight. He has no control of the outcome of this match. I hope he backed the right pony in this one.
How would you feel in this situation, Jacob? I mean, you're the champion. You're forced to put your title up with someone else defending it. How much anxiety is Phil Atlas going through right now?
There's got to be a lot, because there's so much pressure, not only on Phil Atlas for having to defend the title and then just feeling that he can't do nothing about this, but how much pressure right now is on Jerry Lynn. On one side, you could say, I got nothing to lose, but this is all about respecting his career.
Fisherman suplex out of nowhere from Dux. This has got to be over, folks. And Jerry Lynn escapes. Jerry Lynn, just before the 3 count, manages to get the shoulder up. And Tyson Dux is in shock.
You got to ask yourself, how bad would Jerry Lynn feel tonight if he loses the title for Phil Atlas to the Cyborg tonight? What does that do to your psyche, knowing that you cost that man his title?
Well, this is Jerry Lynn's final match in Canada before he retires. There is no way he's going to let this be his last memory of our great country. And Jerry Lynn with a TKO, 2. Oh, I thought he had him.
Impressive move by Jerry Lynn, but not enough to keep the Cyborg down for the 3 count.
Here we go, another replay. That TKO, and look at how he drives Tyson down. You see a lot of people just drop him. Jerry Lynn pulling Tyson's head down. Now he could be setting him up for that cradle pile driver, and Dux running him into the turnbuckle, taking out the official at the same time. And now Dux in full control, driving Jerry Lynn down with that clothesline. The referee is out. Oh, this could spell disaster for Jerry Lynn. The referee out. Dux could be going for something bad.
Oh, see, he's trying to revive him, just checking to see if he's okay.
Dux taking out the champion. What a jerk.
Well, hold on. You didn't hear what Phil Atlas said to him right there.
Phil Atlas didn't say anything. Phil Atlas's head was turned. He was talking to our ring announcer, the one and only Sonny Borelli, and now Tyson Dux with the steel chair. The champion slides in the ring behind him, though. I don't think he's going to let this happen. And Phil Atlas taking the chair from Tyson Dux, not allowing him to do this.
Oh, what is this 2-on-1 here?
And now, cradle pile driver from the challenger here. Phil Atlas drags the referee over. Jerry Lynn's got him here. 1, 2, and oh, Dux putting his foot on the rope. Jerry Lynn had him. If it weren't for the referee being knocked out earlier, that would have been a faster count, and Jerry Lynn would have won the match.
You underestimate the ring savvy and experience of one cyborg Tyson Dux, knowing where he is in that ring of all times, having the foresight to get onto those ropes.
And now, and down goes the Emperor.
But don't turn your back on the cyborg.
And a DVD into the turnbuckles. That has got to be the end for the legend of Jerry Lynn.
And career over in 3, 2.
No! Jerry Lynn once again escapes from the jaws of defeat. Tyson Dux cannot believe himself right now. He has thrown everything at Jerry Lynn. All of the moves that he can think of, every last idea he has. He has nothing left to take out Jerry Lynn.
Oh, you underestimate the cyborg, my friend. He's cooking something up right now, and he's about to put the career away of Jerry Lynn and the title reign of one Phil Atlas.
And the ultimate, oh my, a quick jackknife from Jerry Lynn. 1, 2, 3, and he wins! Jerry Lynn has successfully defeated the cyborg Tyson Dux. Jerry Lynn has kept the championship around the waist of Phil Atlas.
I am in shock, I am in awe that Jerry Lynn was able to pull this off tonight in defense of one Phil Atlas.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the career of Jerry Lynn coming to an end the way it should, with a victory. Clean, concise, 1, 2, 3 over a valiant effort from the cyborg Tyson Dux. Jerry Lynn, his legendary career, over.
Well, Jerry Lynn better be getting a nice thank you and a steak dinner from Phil Atlas tonight for keeping his title reign intact. But rest assured, that is not the last we're going to see of the cyborg Tyson Dux in the title picture here in Can-Am Rising.
The champion coming in to celebrate with Jerry Lynn, congratulating him on a hard-fought victory and thanking him for keeping that title around his waist when the Can-Am Rising board of directors would not allow him to defend the belt himself.
I told one of the guys, hey, go pick me up at the airport. For you guys, this couple right here.
Thank you, Jerry!
Guys, you know, all right, first and foremost, don't you guys thank me. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You stuck with me all these years. And I was telling these guys earlier, I have always loved coming to Canada. The Canada fans, and I mean this with all my heart, are so awesome. You guys aren't jaded critics. You guys come here to have a great time. You guys, I can't tell you how much I'm glad to come to Canada. And I always got along great with the Canadian guys. And I found out why when I turned 30. I was adopted and I met my biological parents when I was 30 and I found out I'm half Canadian, so. I was born in Duluth, Minnesota. That's only a few hours from the border, so I knew there was a reason I always loved Canada and got along
I just can't thank you guys enough. The rest of this company, you know, I had the big feud here with Johnny Swinger, and I almost killed poor Petey Williams. I have so many memories of coming to Canada, and this company especially. I can't thank this company enough for seeing something in my talent and wanting to bring me in. And this is hard. And I told the guys earlier too, I have turned down so much work in Canada because it's such a pain in the butt crossing the border. And this is one of my favorite, this is my favorite country to come to. But once again, you know, thank you so much. I love you guys too. I love you guys. I also wanted to say it was an honor for me to be chosen to defend this for you, and this belongs to you. And I have seen a lot of these guys. I've known a lot of them for the last 10 years, and I've said it before, and I mean it, every show is a family reunion to me. I've seen the same guys I've known for 2 decades. I've seen the younger guys I've known for the last 10 years, and watch them grow up. It's like watching my kids on the road grow up, and watching them improve by leaps and bounds. And it was my honor and my privilege to be able to do that for you tonight. And it's guys like you who are the future of this sport. And it's, and I don't know if that many guys can go along with anything, but I will help and teach you guys whatever I can. Try and keep from crying, you know? I'm always the one saying there's no crying in wrestling.